What's up, everyone? This is Tony. Welcome to my podcast. Joining us today is a three-time junior national champion and a participant of the 2018 Junior World Championships, my doubles partner, Derek Tan. What's up, Derek?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Thanks for having me.
For sure, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How
That's
are
good.
you?
That's good. I'm great. I'm great. Quarantine, just staying home, not doing much, to be honest. But I started school recently.
Yeah,
How about you?
yeah. Just been doing school, man.
Sounds good, man. So congratulations on getting to UC Berkeley, first off, because
Oh, yeah.
that's crazy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Congrats to you
know.
too, man.
Thank you, thank you. I know you've been like working hard to get into a good school, especially in the last 2 years in high school, because you obviously took a break from badminton, and you've been grinding to get into good school. So props to you, man. Props to you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So anyway, since we're talking about school right now, how much did badminton had to do with you getting to UC Berkeley?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. Like, I wasn't involved in the whole admission process, but I definitely think it helped for sure. Like Berkeley has a great badminton team, and um, like I already know like so many people that go to Berkeley because of I used to play
Yeah,
badminton with them, right? So yeah, it's like
yeah,
it's been great and like connections and like friends on campus already. And yeah, I definitely think it played a part in getting in.
for sure, for sure. You know what I think? Like when you do the application for college, badminton actually, besides like just writing about it, but like the determination and work ethic that comes along with everything, kind of helps you along with the grinding, and eventually helps you get into these colleges, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
for sure. Like yeah, like
yeah,
I wrote one of my essays on like badminton, my whole journey, and like for sure, like when like 'cause, like dedicating like 10 years of your life to something and
yeah,
like achieving a lot of good things is really helpful for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Like for us, we literally spend the whole our like half our lives, more than half our lives, just grinding on badminton. Like we'd be in the gym every day, just working
Right.
at it.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
probably started really young too, right? When did you start?
Yeah. So I started playing like just for fun when I was like 4 or something. It was like my parents like got into it at a local
Yeah.
church and then we just kind of played for fun. But then I started actually training when I was let's see 2010. So I was 8 and then yeah,
Mhm.
that's when I joined BBC and then started playing.
Yeah. If I remember right, like your dad really enjoyed playing badminton. He really liked it, and then he brought kind
Yeah.
of dragged you into it. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
your
yeah.
dad's a very
He was
athletic person.
addicted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you started off in BBC, right? A lot of people don't know that actually, because towards the end of your career, you actually joined Z. So a lot of people don't know that you were actually in BBC. So how was that like? What was your goal when you were young playing in BBC?
Yeah, well, yeah, like when I started, my goal is to like win the national championship and also to like play for the US team, right? Like
Right
mainly
off the
because like the
start. Right
yeah,
off the start.
like the jerseys with like your name and USA on the
Yeah,
back were so cool. I just wanted
yeah. And it
but
was so
yeah,
prideful, right? Yeah,
yeah, it
so
was
prideful.
definitely like the goal for the
For
rest of
sure,
my
for sure.
junior career. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of some younger kids, they kind of like take their time with it. Like for me, like I had that was not even on my mind when I started playing. I didn't like it at all because it was so tiring, and I wasn't this very hardworking kid in the beginning. But that's
Dude,
that's
you were
great,
fat.
man. I was fat. A lot you, people from school don't know this because people from school just see me, just walking around doing like work, right, like reading and stuff. But
Yeah.
people only people in badminton know that I'm fat because they actually see me move on the
Yeah.
court. Bruh, I used to be
No.
this big guy. Like, you remember what's that guy's name? Marvin. Remember Marvin?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. He stopped playing though, but he used to when we were younger, he would be with us, and then we would be in that squad. We're all big dudes and just playing, rolling on the court. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
We were chubby kids and
Yeah, we were. You were a little chubby too back then, right?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I remember when we were younger, you used to be a very emotional player. So
Yeah.
how did you overcome that eventually?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like definitely I was cried a lot every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'd say a lot of it just came with age, like just
Mhm.
getting more mature, growing older, and like realizing that like losing or winning isn't everything,
Mhm.
and it's just like about the process and having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like also like read a lot of books about like how to think, how to
Yeah.
get yourself out of like the vicious cycle, and like just like how to prepare your mind for every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of people oversee like like mentality wise and emotional wise,
Hmm.
because like that kind of stuff is really hard to overcome. It's not like you mess up a shot and you can just fix it. Come back, practice it a couple hundred times, and you can fix
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But emotionally and mentality wise, it's really hard to overcome stuff like that. And like
Right. Yeah.
to be honest, like because we always played against each other in like quarters
Yeah.
and semi singles, and
Yeah.
for me, I would always get nervous, right? Because it's just like
Hmm.
part of the game, and we would strategize the day before in the hotel room and stuff. And in
Yeah.
my mind, I'm just like, if I can make him cry, I got this game. If I can make him cry, I got this game. Because you know how like when younger kids they start crying, they can't control it anymore. It's just it
Exactly.
goes,
Yeah.
yeah. But eventually you come out of it, and then you just your game just went up a lot just from that. And I
Hmm.
remember
Yeah.
you telling me, I asked you this actually a while ago, and you told me you read some books and stuff, and that's pretty cool, man. Because which kid would think like, hey, I should read some books like to fix this? But that's really mature of you, man. That is crazy. But
Yeah.
how big of an impact did your parents have on you, like emotionally, like mentality wise, for badminton?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely like a growing experience for
Yeah.
me as well as for them. Like, they used to also get like frustrated, like when I lost or something, and
Hmm.
then that was also affecting me a lot. But then, yeah, like as we just kept playing, we like all of us just learned more, and like we all matured through the sport together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, like after a while, it's just like like winning or losing doesn't really matter, as long as
Hmm.
you just do your best, and then like that's all you can really do. So
Yeah, yeah. And like I know your parents really well because we've been partners for a long time. Your
mhm.
mom is so nice, the kindest person ever. She like Derek's mom literally she brought us In and Out burgers every single time after Sunday running. Like we
Oh
literally ran and
yeah.
come back when we'd be eating In and Out burgers in the car, like on our way to our next training. But it was great, and she always cut fruit for us and everything. But she's like the nicest person
Yeah.
ever. And your dad, he's more involved in your badminton wise. Like he helps with, like, he gives you advice on skills sometimes, and
Hmm.
sometimes on
Yeah.
mentality. And he's really
Hmm.
smart, like, because we partner, he would tell me stuff too. And
Hmm.
there
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
one time he told me this. We were playing a game, and I was having trouble serving that tournament as well. Like, because everyone who knows me, my serving is like the worst in like junior badminton, right?
Nah.
And he was like, Tony, just don't have a positive mindset. Just tell yourself, like, just make it in. Don't tell yourself don't make a mistake, because when you have
Yeah.
the word
Yeah.
mistake in your mind, it's gonna come up. And I think
Got
that
you.
was
Yeah.
so true. And I remember that till this day on every single game I play. I always have that in my head. So
Yeah.
your dad is
Yeah.
really great. How did he have that effect on your badminton wise?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like just like you said, like just constant like tips and like ways to think about like your mentality and ways to think about the game. And just like like what like whether it's like strategies uh like where you hit the shot, like what to do in certain situations, or just like with your mentality, like how you think, how you can like get yourself out of like if you make multiple mistakes in a row, how do you get yourself out of that, how do you like prepare your mental for every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, like you said, like the things that he said like stick with you, and like
Yeah.
they're
He
really
is
useful.
unlike some parents, because some parents they think they know a lot of stuff, and they,
Yeah.
they really try to drill it in. But your dad is actually really smart, especially on that part. And he can really think about stuff like that. And
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
but yeah, eventually, as your career goes on, you made your transition to Z, which
Hmm.
was a pretty big transition for you because you spent a lot of time in BBC, because that was your
Yeah.
first gym, and you have a strong
Yeah.
connection with them, which is completely cool and stuff. And
Hmm.
so, what was the transition like for you to come to Z? Because it was very different.
Yeah, yeah, for sure is different. I'd say the transition wasn't too bad because like I'd been taking like semi-private lessons with you guys
Yeah,
already for
yeah,
like about a year or so. So yeah, it was
yeah,
like, yeah, definitely very welcoming. Like everyone at Z was super friendly, and like it made the transition really easy. Like I remember
yeah.
the day I went there, like You literally like just scream like
I know.
welcome with it. I was like, oh, okay.
I was so happy. You don't understand,
Oh
man.
my goodness, man. Yeah,
We
but yeah,
haven't.
that was
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say like yeah, that was really like
Yeah.
nice and yeah.
We haven't had like such an amazing player because at that time you were like you were like always like in the top four every single tournament, almost top four,
Yeah.
right? And you're a great player already. And we were just so excited to have you because we love your personality, and because we hang out with you a lot by then. Like it was like
Yeah.
you're basically part of the group already, and I was just so happy. I was like, yes, well, let's welcome Derek to Z, right? And it was
Yeah.
because it was in the middle of training that I found out. I asked my mom, I
Yeah,
was like,
literally.
is Derek part of Z now? And then she's like, yes, and I got so excited. But that was great. That was great.
Yeah, yeah, for
And like
sure. Yeah.
we had a lot of good times playing together and stuff. But how was training with me and because we trained a lot together.
Yeah.
How was training with me and partnering with me through this time?
Oh, dude, man, it was terrible, man.
Bruh.
No, no. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
dude,
my.
it was great, man. I mean, like,
Mhm.
yeah, like you said before, I was like, like top four or something like that.
Yeah.
But like I could never win, like it was always just like that like mental block for me. Like I
Yeah.
just couldn't, like I didn't have the toughness to like just like push through and win, right? So
Yeah.
like training with you really taught me a lot about like that mentality of like, like
Mhm.
how like before you even get on the court, you can already like have the advantage over your opponent, right?
Yeah.
Just like never giving up and like just like staying focused
Yeah.
on like your strategy and not thinking about like the crowd or anything like that. So
Yeah.
just like training with you is like honestly helped me out a lot in the mentality field, which is
Mhm.
what I needed. And yeah, like uh our results like they were great. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it
They
was
were
just a good
pretty good.
experience.
Yeah. Because I think I had like a little more experience than you because I did play for a longer time, and I was
Yeah.
kind of already in that mindset of like if I don't win a championship, it's not gonna count, So
Yeah.
I was just gunning for it every single year, and
Yeah.
I think when we trained, like we were so competitive, and I love
Yeah.
that. I love that because
Yeah.
we were every single time we trained, it was like us killing each other. Like if you did some more, I would did more than that. I would do more than that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the only thing we were not competitive about was running because you hated running.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
everything else, we were competitive. Like if it was push-ups,
Yeah.
if it was skills, something, whatever it was, we wanted
Yeah.
to just do more than the other person. And I think
Yeah.
that really pushed us to become really
Yeah.
great. And we improved
Yeah.
so fast,
Yeah.
and we got up onto that stage real quick.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah,
really
I
fun.
remember like yeah, like I remember every time like I beat you in training, you'd run to the gym the next day.
Yeah, I was like, hell no, he ain't gonna
Oh
pass
my
me on
god,
this.
that's
Yeah,
so fun.
and then eventually, because like in the beginning, I would beat you more in singles, but then towards
Yeah.
the end, you were getting so good. I was like, hell, and every single time we play singles in training, this dude always beats me, bro. This dude always beats me, like almost more times than I would beat him. And I was like, heck
Oh
no,
man, no,
heck
dude.
no. I'm so glad he didn't play singles anymore because I would be like, I don't want to play that semis again. It would not end well. I was like, nope, nope.
No, no. I was just like,
Yeah,
dude, I like in training, yeah, but like I don't know, in a tournament, I don't know if I can do that.
yeah, but you do play a lot better in training though. You do
Yeah,
because you're more relaxed and stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, for sure. And eventually, because we train really hard, and then we eventually get to the 2017 nationals. How did you feel leading up to it? Like playing that tournament, and we were getting like closer and closer every step.
yeah. 2017 was like the U17 year, right? We were like the
Yeah. No, the
yeah
U15 year.
U15
Yeah, that was our first one.
for no, that was 2016.
Oh, sorry, 2016. Yeah,
Yeah,
2016.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
2016.
yeah.
Yeah,
So our
yeah,
first one, right. Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
First one.
Yeah, that one was definitely crazy. Wait, where was that at again?
That was at Oh man, where was that at? That was
I forgot.
2016.
Wait,
Was the youth?
what was it in Seattle?
It could be. It could have been.
I think it was Seattle, right?
It might have been. I'm not
Or
100% though.
no, I think that was the trials was in Seattle. I forgot. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
But we played
Yeah,
we
like
played really well that one. But how'd you feel leading up to
yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, honestly, like 2016 was that was like the first year we started playing together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we were doing really great like for
Yeah,
the tournaments in the earlier in the year. So like I don't know,
hmm
like I was really confident honestly in
yeah,
in what we could do and like yeah, just super excited to like play.
yeah.
Um Obviously was a little bit nervous, but just didn't let that get to me, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we had that mentality since the start of the tournament for nationals. It was we're going to win the championship. We're gonna gun for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing was gonna get in our way. We were just gonna push through everybody and just get to the top.
Mhm.
Right, that was the mentality,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
eventually do get there. Right, we win the
hmm
2016 national, and that was
hmm
your first nationals.
It was, yeah.
I had won a couple before, but it was your first nationals, and it must have
hmm
been a big moment for you in your badminton
Yeah.
career.
Yeah, for sure. It was huge, man. Like I said, like that was my goal when I started
Yeah.
playing. So yeah, definitely a huge moment. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, because I remember like after that game finished, like it was like I was happy because I got another one under my belt and stuff. But then I saw
hmm
your face and you were just ecstatic. You were like, "Yes,
Yeah.
I did it!" And I was so happy for you because you deserved it, man. That year you grind, you worked hard, and like it was great. I was happy for you, man.
For sure. Yeah,
That was
definitely.
good.
I was super excited for that.
Yeah, but anyway, we um going to the 2017 year. Did you have that pressure of winning another title for nationals?
Yeah, so 2017 was the U17 year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, U17
So
year.
yeah, so like we were the younger year. Honestly, like like the pressure was a lot less because
Yeah.
we were
Younger.
playing against older. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then yeah, it was just like yeah, we were gunning for it. We were like, yeah, we want that like repeat, right? But then
Yeah.
it was more like just if it
hmm
happens, amazing. But like if it doesn't happen, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
expected, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely less pressure, but yeah.
Yeah. That I really wanted to win the back to back really
Yeah,
bad. And
yeah.
like, but it was tough. The entire year we got a couple first places, but not a lot because we would
hmm
always get beat by Eric and Karthik. And
hmm
because they were amazing. They're a great pair. And there
Yeah,
were
yeah,
some other good players too, Oscar and some other people. They're
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
players. Clayton and them, they're great teams. But I think the one team that we couldn't get through the entire year was Eric Chan and Karthik Kalyana Sundaram because they were an
Right.
amazing team and like
Yeah.
it was just tough for. They're both older than us, and for you were born in October, so they're technically like 2 years older than you. So like, yeah, keep that in mind. And also, Derek got his like growth spurt really late. So he was still like a little kid, right?
Oh
Now
my
he's all
goodness.
grown up. Now he's
Yeah.
like taller than me. Derek's taller than me, but back then he was still very small because he didn't get a growth spurt. So it was like David against Goliath. It was crazy, and that was something that we had to go past. Like in order for us to
Right.
win the chip, we had to go past that.
Yeah.
And eventually, we had to play them really early on in the
hmm
2017 Junior Nationals.
Yeah.
We had to play them in quarters, and
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
we eventually make it to the quarterfinals, and then we were having that conversation in Bintang,
Right.
that in the
I
outside in
remember.
that little
Right.
area,
Yeah.
and because it was make or break for us. That right,
Yeah.
that
hmm
game was finals for us. Because if we got
Yeah.
past that game, we basically know we got the thing under our belt, right? And
Right.
like we were talking, and we were both like, we knew
Yeah.
that the odds were against us, right?
Yeah. For
And it
sure.
was gonna
Yeah.
be a tough game. And we were
hmm
like, let's just go for it. Like, let's just go in there,
Yeah.
attack. Because doubles majority is all about attack. And we were like,
Right.
let's
Yeah.
just go in there and we're just gonna fight like we never fought before, right? And it was like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
great thing. And we were like praying before the game. I was like,
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
please.
We.
I was like, please
Yeah.
give us the
Yeah.
strength. And then I was like,
Yeah.
it was a crazy, like it was leading up to it. It was crazy already. And that we were
Yeah.
so pumped. Like we were in that right mindset to just fight,
hmm
right? And just like
Right.
fall on the ground, die for it, like do whatever
Yeah.
we have to do to win the game.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that game was amazing. Tell me how you
Yeah.
felt playing that game.
Yeah. For sure. That was a crazy game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said. We were like super nervous beforehand. But like we had like some great conversations. We even
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we prayed about it and like yeah,
Yeah.
like God delivered.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah. Yeah. But like just that game was like one of the greatest games like super fun, super a great game. Like
Yeah.
I remember like the first game we started really strong, and then I
Yeah.
remember you had like a really high front court shot, and then you were gonna
Yeah.
kill it, and then
Yeah.
Karthik like went up to the net
Oh
and like
my,
just held his racket up
only
there,
only
and then
he can do that.
yeah, I watched you tap it, and then it bounced right back. I was like, "There's no way that just happened."
Oh my God. Okay. That point Karthik has done to me many times. That was not his first time doing that to me, but I didn't, because like in my head, I'm like, what are the chances that that happens? Like, so I just hit it and then it bounces off his racket and it just comes. I was like, what the
Yeah,
heck
I
just
was in
happened? I was like,
shock. I was like,
but Karthik, only
"Oh my
Karthik can do that. I'm telling you, only Karthik can do that. Because he likes
man,
to play
yeah,
those kind of like shots and stuff when he's having fun. But
yeah,
yeah, it was just, I mean, it was just crazy. And
yeah."
like,
Dude, that was a crazy
yeah,
game for sure.
it was three games. And then, because we
Was
lost
it?
the second set. Yeah, it was 3 games, I think,
Was it?
right? I think
No,
it
I
was
thought we
three,
came.
2 games.
Yeah, we.
No, they definitely won 1 game, I think, in my
Okay.
memory.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I think. Yeah, they won the second game. And then we played third game.
Mhm.
And then this game actually has my favorite, like my favorite game winners of all time is this game.
Mhm. Right.
Because if I don't know if you remember this, but I watched this clip before. I actually we when we played the last shot,
Mhm.
I actually finished. I hit the game winner with a 360 backhand smash in the front. And it was so smooth, bro. It was so smooth. And people
Oh
don't
my
know this because
God.
like when people see that, they think like, wow, he's really good. Like he got good intuition and everything. But like that's a bad shot. Don't like coaches don't want you to hit that shot. No, nobody wants you
Yeah.
to use that shot because
Yeah.
like sometimes I would play around in training and I do that, and then I get yelled
Yeah.
at. You know, people yell at you,
Yeah.
like the coaches yell at you for doing that because it's not a good shot. It takes you a long time to
Right.
come back and get ready for the next one. But I
Right.
was in
For
the
sure.
flow of the game, and then I hit that shot, and it felt great. It felt I was so happy. How'd you feel
Yeah,
when that shot went in, and then we finished the game, winning that
dude. Oh
quarterfinals?
my. Yeah, I forgot about your 360 back.
Yeah, it was sexy, bro, sexy.
Yeah. Dude, it was definitely like crazy moment. Like I remember dropping my racket and I was like I
Yeah,
was literally like there's like I don't like I was in disbelief, but
unbelievable. Yeah,
mhm.
unbelievable.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing game.
Yeah, and there were so many people watching, and then everybody just came on the court, and it was great. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was an emotional moment for us because it was something that we could
Yeah.
not get past. It was not something
Yeah.
we cannot get past. And also like
Yeah.
before nationals, we played JIT that year, and we
Right.
were expected to make the team. Like it was a
Hmm.
like you know we should have been able to make the team, but we played bad, and things happen. You know, anything
Right.
in a
Yeah.
tournament, anything can happen. You know,
Exactly.
mentality wise, everything things change in a second. You know, so we
Yeah.
played not very great for the JIT, but we came back nationals really strong.
Right.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy. That game was
Hmm.
it's always been one of the greatest games in my
Hmm.
head, you know. And then we
Yeah. Yeah.
eventually win the 2017 nationals, winning back to back,
Hmm.
and
Right. Yeah.
that was a great feeling, right? How'd you feel when you
Crazy,
did that?
man. Yeah, dude, that was like unbelievable, man. It was crazy because
Yeah,
like the dream was to win one, right? And then
yeah,
you get two, and it's just like wow, like
yeah.
it's an amazing feeling, dude.
It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. And that year we really wanted to win because
Oh
remember
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
was the ring. It was
yeah,
the
yeah.
ring.
Those, oh my
Oh
goodness, those
my
trophies were
god.
amazing.
Coach Fu really went out of his way to do it.
I know, yeah,
That was great because we never had that before. We've never had a
yeah,
ring for a championship, and we should. Like players really deserve it because we really put our
yeah,
ass into it, you know. And we're
yeah.
fighting the like every single. We really deserve a ring, you know.
Right, yeah,
And it.
yeah,
I mean, of course, it wasn't the most expensive ring in the world, but it just looked great, and it was a great thing to work towards. And we wanted
exactly,
it. We wanted it.
yeah,
We were like because it looked so great, and it was the first ring ever in junior badminton history for
hmm,
any tournament, you know. So it was
yeah,
great. And eventually we did play in the Thomas Cup trial. I don't know if you
right,
remember, right?
yeah,
We played in the Thomas Cup
yeah,
trial. Me, you, and Vanessa, we actually went. It was like a road trip. It was not road trip, but like
yeah,
we went together. It was pretty fun.
yeah.
And
It was fun.
we lived in the same room,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was great. Um, and that tournament was the most most tiring tournament for me because
hmm,
I decided to play 3 events. which was not
Oh
the
yeah.
smart thing to do. If you're planning to play Thomas Cup trial, Uber Cup trial, don't play 3 events. Just trust me. 2 is like even
Yeah.
pushing it, right?
Yeah.
Did you play 2? You played 1. It was just doubles,
I just played doubles, I think.
but
Yeah.
Vanessa played 2, I think, right? Vanessa played 2
Right.
doubles
Yeah.
and singles, I think.
Right.
Oh my god, that tournament, because it was just one after the other. Game was one after the other, one after the other, and then
Right.
oh
Yeah.
my god. How's that for you? Because we played against like really strong, like older
Mhm.
players. Well, we
Right.
actually had a game against I think it was the Olympians,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So how'd you feel
Philip and
playing that
Ryan. Yeah.
tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely like surreal. It was like it was nothing like junior tournaments like what we're used to before.
Yeah.
Like the older players are just like so much like faster, smarter.
Yeah.
Like we really didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
But that's like but sometimes you just gotta play those games, just to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just to see like that gap and just be more motivated and like to like keep working harder and like that. So yeah, it was
Hmm.
definitely like a humbling experience for sure.
Yeah.
But it was definitely one worth having. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy tournament, and like those older players, they're a lot more experienced, and just the way they play, you can tell they paced the game really well. It wasn't
Yeah,
like rushing into shots and stuff like that, but they really paced well and got the like the you know what I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
yeah, they were really on point, and like we were still a little like our play style was still a little immature for them, and they could
yeah,
pick it out really well.
yeah, yeah.
But
Crazy.
yeah, yeah, it was. That
We
tournament
got
was so tiring.
destroyed.
Yeah, but after that tournament, I had to play another one right after, and I got sick and I had a
Oh
fever
yeah,
because
I
I was
remember
yeah,
that. Yeah.
it was bad. But um, what was your preparation like for the 2018 Junior Nationals? Because for me, I wanted to
Oh
make history. If we won that Nationals, bruh, that would be
yeah.
3 consecutive titles, and
Yeah,
each one would be a different age group. That would have been like that would have made
yeah,
history. That would have been
right.
great, But
That would have been
how was
crazy.
what was your preparation like for the 2018 Nationals?
Yeah, so I remember like normally like we do like summer camp, right? So it's just
Yeah,
like in the gym 24/7 or like not
yeah,
but like the whole day in the summer.
yeah.
But like for the first part of that summer, I was at a summer camp at
Hmm.
a yeah in a UPenn, and then like I remember like I like didn't want to just like stop training, because like 2 weeks
Yeah,
without like training and like getting back
yeah.
into it is so hard. So I just like I had to like I just did like push-ups, sit-ups, like
Hmm.
running like in my dorm every day.
Hmm.
Just like try to keep up that physical.
Hmm.
And then when I got back, it's just grind like
Yeah,
in the summer camp, just like training every day.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I think I actually forgot you went to that summer camp. Like
yeah,
I totally forgot about it, but that is true. You went for a long time, and
yeah,
that like and it took a lot of like I knew you were gonna train because I know the type of person you are, and I know that you knew that you were gonna come back. So I knew you were gonna put your mind to it and you were gonna train while you study. And
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people don't know this. Like even from like some Z players, they don't know this as well.
Mhm.
But like you really put the work in like at home too. Like just without the summer camp, you still go to work at home. You do your stuff, you do your weights, do your swings, do everything you need to do because
Yeah,
your schedule was very different. You only came to training Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
right.
right?
Yeah,
So all those other days, people don't see you work, but I know you're in the gym because
yeah.
because I know the way you work. I know the type of person
Right,
you are. You're not just gonna lay back, do nothing for all those days. So
right.
you did put in a lot of work even in that summer camp. And
Yeah, like
um yeah, go ahead.
yeah, like I was gonna say like even if it wasn't like physical stuff, just like thinking about the game and like preparing your mind, like just like like it's like that mental strategy where like before a game, if you like imagine like yourself
Yeah,
playing well, if you imagine like everything going well,
yeah,
then it's like you're gonna do great. So it's just like just having that like preparing yourself mentally too, like mental
yeah,
training is also
yeah. It was great for you to like come back, and then you really worked your ass off too to prepare because you knew that you were a little behind from everybody else who's been training the whole year. And eventually we get to the 2018 nationals, and before that we had the 2018 JIT, which
right.
Derek destroy. I want to say this, guys. Derek is the best server I have ever seen in my life. Okay, this dude, he can serve like it always just perfect serves. In the this is my first time seeing this. I have played badminton for so freaking long. I've been playing for 13 years now, okay? This dude, I have never seen this in my life. This dude for the 2018 GIT only missed one freaking serve. Okay, he only missed one serve the entire tournament, and it was the last serve that he did. Like, it was the last serve on the last game, right? And like,
oh yeah, oh my god,
against Claire and Joshua. Oh my god, it was the last serve.
Oh my god, bro, the
But
worst time to do it, man.
but it didn't matter at that point. You guys already made Pan Am.
Yeah.
Derek and Nicole Jude, they made Pan Ams for 2018. That was your first Pan Ams, right? First Pan Ams, or was
no,
it
2016.
Oh no,
with you.
Oh yeah, we made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we made 2016 Pan Am, and I messed it up.
Yeah.
That was my fault. That game was my fault. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit. I think the finals was against Eric and
Don.
That game I messed up. That was my fault.
That was that was a great game. That was like 3 games, 27-20. It was a great game. Like,
but come on, we were the favorites to win that game, because like we've been beating them the entire year. Like, I don't think they won once against us that year, and I don't know about you, but I was definitely too cocky that game, too confident. Yeah. There's a fine line between confident and cockiness, and I crossed it, and I didn't realize, and it was too late for me because I was just messing around on court. I thought we had it. I thought it was a gold medal right there, and that's the game I regret till this day, that I did not focus and humble down and just play the damn game. Oh my god! But I totally forgot about that, actually. But yeah, that game is one of the worst games I have ever played in my career. But the 2018 GIT, you played amazing. You and Nicole made Pan Ams, which is great, you know. And Derek's a great mixed player as well, and you guys partnered really well together. And in the 2018 Junior Nationals, we had to play against each other, which we haven't done in a long time.
Right.
We haven't done that in a long time. And I knew you were coming for blood. I know you're coming for blood because you wanted that win. I could tell.
Dude, I wanted it.
You're competitive, and I know you're coming for me. And I was like, crap. I was like, this game is sketchy, bro. I don't know how I'm going to play this game, because usually I have an idea, but that game, I was like, damn. You guys were – because that year, you guys were on fire. Right.
Yeah.
And then that year, Jacqueline also, like, she cut down the training time too to focus on school, because she really focuses on that. And so she was not as good as before, obviously, because she used to put a lot more time into training. And I was hurt that game, or I was hurt like before the tournament a little bit with my knees and everything.
Right.
But that's not an excuse, obviously. But I knew the night before that game, I was like, he's coming for me. He's coming for blood. I was like, oh man. And then our strategy was like, it was simple and it should work theoretically. But I think it was like, we would serve, because Nicole has this shot where she, not anymore. I don't think she has this shot anymore, but back then, it was one of her weaknesses, where if you serve towards her body, she always hits you that one side, right?
Right, yeah.
And, like, I knew that because we obviously trained together, and we would spar and stuff. And I would that was part of the strategy to catch that. But you guys drove me everywhere, and just I was just gone.
Yeah.
Huh? What was your preparation for that game?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like you said, like we really wanted to get that. We wanted to beat you guys, and like just like like me and Nicole, like we were doing really well throughout the year. Just like before the game, just mental preparation, just like talking about strategy, talking about like focus, and like I gotta say, like Nicole did amazing that game. She definitely like was the reason we won that one. Like just amazing performance from her, and then like. It was a great game.
Yeah, she controlled it really well. She controlled the pace. She set up. It was really. She made the game easier for you, I think.
Sure.
Yeah. And it was a smooth game for you guys. I was haul-assing. I was like running up and down the court, but that's crazy, man. But
Yeah.
how did you feel playing that game? Um, was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, like honestly, like I hate playing against you because man, dude, it's
There's that mental
like
block. The mental block.
yeah, like you're all yelling and you're like because
Yeah.
like I know like you're the type to like because like
Yeah.
with a lot of players, you know, if you like
Hmm.
if it's like second game and you already won the first game, you're like up and like normally they just like, you know, kind of like
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
like they give up. Like I know
Yeah.
like you're not the type of person to like do that.
Yeah.
And then like every time like we'd be winning a lot of points, you slow down the game and you like
Yeah. I slow it
do the
down.
classic
Yeah.
hand weight and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, like this is gonna be a mental grind for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a
I
great
think.
game.
Yeah. I do try to put that pressure like on purpose on my opponents,
Yeah,
because some people it does affect, and some
yeah,
people you've been playing against them a long time, it doesn't like bother them too much, but
yeah.
I do try to do that often just to put that
Mhm.
pressure, like, hey, I'm here still, like keep your
Yeah,
eyes open, just
yeah,
because you're
yeah,
leading doesn't mean I'm gonna go to sleep or something,
for sure.
but
Yeah.
I think that's just a mentality that some players have
Mhm.
and it's also some experience, I guess. But
Yeah,
eventually, obviously, Derek and Nicole beat us, and I congratulate you guys. You guys are amazing. That
yeah,
you guys, it was I kind of had in my mind you guys were gonna win that game, but because you guys played great, and I was like, you gotta win this. You beat us now. You better win this freaking
yeah,
nationals, you
yeah.
know.
I remember.
And we actually for our doubles, we came up short because towards the end of the tournament, remember I had that injury against Aaron. When I played singles
Mhm.
against Aaron, I like bust my toe on the ground,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then after that, it was just, I mean, I try to play and stuff, and then like obviously, like that's not an excuse for losing, but
yeah.
it wasn't as picture perfect, you can say,
Mhm.
scenario wise, and we eventually lose in the semis, which I wanted to win, but
Yeah,
we lost in the semis, and you make it to the finals for the mixed game,
mhm.
right? And
Yeah,
I was like, Derek, you better win this freaking mixed game for us. Like we lost to
yeah.
you guys. You better win this. You better not lose to anybody else.
Right,
And
yeah.
for the doubles game, for the semis one that we lost, um,
Mhm.
like we both, like I think we both had some problems on that game. Like
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
I had a lot of problems, like made too many mistakes and stuff, and it was left and right, just not good.
yeah.
And I
Same
think
here. Yeah,
for you, it was like you were pretty nervous going into that game, if I remember
yeah,
correctly,
yeah.
right? And before the game, because we will always communicate, and I think that's
Mhm.
really important for partners to communicate and stuff. But we will
Yeah,
communicate and be like, "Hey, how you feeling? Like, do you need anything? Like, are we good?" Like, we asked each other that, and everything
mhm.
was fine, right? Like, we checked off the list and everything's good. But when we got on
Right,
time, you were getting a little nervous, and I could tell,
right.
because
Yeah, yeah,
normally when you're more relaxed, your flow to the game is a lot better. I think you're a little stiff, like because we both wanted to win really bad, and
for sure.
like
Yeah.
yeah. And after the game, I was like, hey man, like you were a little nervous after the game, and like
Mhm.
if that ever happened, like if you're ever nervous again, just let me know before the game, and then we can sort it out, and so when we play the game, it's better, like
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. And you were like, for sure, man, no problem. So we got past that, and then you played the finals game,
yeah,
and you came up to me before the game, and you were like, hey Tony, I'm a little nervous because
yeah,
obviously you guys were the favorite to win, because the other team was
yeah.
Steve, Sue, and Jessica Fan, and they were younger
Mhm.
than you guys. And you were like, hey man,
Right,
I'm a
yeah,
little nervous because like obviously a
right,
lot of people want the younger kids to win, younger players to win. And you're like, hey
right.
man, I'm a little nervous, like can you help me out real quick? I was like, yeah, for sure. And I gave you some advice, and you were like, I got it. And then you went into the game, and I don't know how much that talk had to do with you playing so well, but that game, that game it was no chance. It was just demolished. It was just like, and like Nicole obviously always plays a strong role in your teamwork,
Mhm.
but that game you really stepped up to the plate and was like, I'm gonna take this game over and I'm gonna take it down,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And I think the strategy for you guys, can you remind me what the strategy was for you guys? I think it was like
Uh, yeah, it
driving,
was just
because it
yeah,
was like,
just stay offense, pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, and like because I think Coach Laoye was coaching that game, and
Mhm.
I think the strategy was to like drive, like to open them up, basically open them up on
Yeah,
the sides and then
exactly.
find an opening, right? Which is pretty
Right.
tough to do because like when you're playing mix, you know, you have a girl in the front and the guy in the back, and you have to move them to the side to side, and you're gonna have to run back and forth, right? But you were on top of it. It was a tough strategy to execute, but you were on top of it. You were getting it, and it wasn't even close, if I remember right. What was the score for that game? Like,
Yeah, I forgot.
yeah, but I don't think it was close at all. But that game, and we were chanting like MVP, MVP, like because you really played like the MVP that game. It was crazy, and like, yeah, in my opinion, that was one of the most amazing games you ever played. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that game?
Yeah, for sure. I was definitely like in the zone that game. I think it was all you, man. All your talk.
Nah. You gave me too much credit, bro. You gave me too much credit.
Oh man. But yeah, like just yeah. Like our strategy was good. Our teamwork was great. You know, like and like support of you guys like kept us going, kept us focused. So yeah, just all around like everything came together. It was a great game.
Yeah. And obviously, like, you know, like all the mentality wise and whatever I need to help you with, like that like maybe helped you a little in the finals, but in the end, like you needed to have skill to do those things. If you couldn't like do those skills and hit those shots, because like if you can't execute, it doesn't matter what your mentality is. You know, you got to have that basis down, and you had that, you know. And I think because I partnered with Nicole afterwards, after you stopped playing, and it was a little tough for us to connect, you know, because we had different playing styles. I was a little more like you know, like loud and stuff, and then more like really loud, and Nicole's more like you know she just focuses on the game. She doesn't like you know like really like express it too much, and but we didn't really click that much, but you and Nicole really clicked. Like you guys were great together, partnered well together. Tell me about that, bro. Like what was it like partnering with her?
Yeah, it was a great partnership for sure. Yeah, like you said, like we had very similar like play styles and like personalities on the court. Like I'm not really like a very loud person, you know, like I'm more of like a, you know, be confident, but like, you know, just like kind of like
play the game.
More like just play the game, focus on yourself. So yeah, like that that allowed us to like work really well together. I remember like kind of using like what you did to me, like because like you would like in the beginning of our like partnership, you'd like talk to me after every single point, right? And then like I did that with Nicole, like just always communicating. Like that's key with partnership. You just like after every point you got to talk, right? Like, always communicating, and then like we just always like talk back and forth, and then like it's just like we had great synergy together, and then like
you guys worked really well together. And I've heard you guys because we obviously train together and we spar and stuff. And I hear you talking to Nicole. I'm like, hey, that sounds familiar. But that's a good thing about you, because you when we train together, you would pick off the good things from other players and put it in your game, which is really good. All players should do that. You know, you should always look at what the player has, like, you know, your friend, what they have that's really good, and you want to take it for yourself and you want to use it as well, which is great. Yeah, you should always do that. And yeah, that's an amazing partnership, and you guys make it to the Pan Ams, where you guys made it to semis, right? And that game, talk about that game.
Oh man, that was a tough game for sure. Against the homie
Darren Choi and Jacqueline.
Yeah, and Jacqueline's those guys they were really good. Canada's really good, but that was like 3 games, super tiring. I remember it like came down to the wire, like
it was tight.
That third game we were down like 14-20 or something. Then, like we were making this huge comeback. And then I remember I think the last shot 19-20, and then like Nicole flicked it out.
I remember. Oh man.
But
Nicole blames herself for that, but it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game.
Yeah, it's like you know, like the loss isn't because of just one shot, you know. It's overall. But like,
everything that's leading up to it.
Yeah, that was definitely like a crazy game. I wish we could have won that, but you know, like, it's fine.
We had the conversation we had off the court before the game was like we want to meet in the finals again, and I was
Yeah,
gonna take your head off. I was gunning for it. I was like, I'm so ready because for that Pan Am's, Jacqueline and I also made it, right? And for some reason we were just on fire. Like we were just going at it, and I was coming for blood. I was waiting for you in the final. I was like, this kid better come, and like, but unfortunately, you guys lost that game, and we had to face Jacqueline and Darren in the finals. Right. Remember that last shot I hit?
Oh my, where you completely whiffed a smash, dude.
Oh my God. Okay. People who didn't go to Pan Am doesn't know this, but every player, no matter how good you are, you have these moments in life where God is not on your side and you just don't deserve the win, right? And that was my moment in front of all the different countries watching that game. We were one of the last games that day.
Yep. In
front of everybody. It was
1920.
1920.
You
Jacqueline lifted it. I jumped. The light got in my eyes. And I was late with my swing by 1 second because I paused for a second. And I missed the shot. Like, I completely, the bird was here. I missed it. I just missed it. Like, the bird fell on the ground.
Oh, man.
This is finals, guys. This is finals. And, like, oh, my God. Like,
yeah.
Everybody in the stands because Brazil was there. USA was there. Canada was there. Yeah. So many countries. Peru was there. And I know a lot of people from those countries. And they just couldn't believe it. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Couldn't.
And at that point, I just started laughing on the court. I was like, it's just not meant to be then. At that point, it's not meant to be. So I was like, whatever. Yeah. And then when we were at the award ceremony, I was talking to the Canada coach who was coaching the pair that we were against. And she was like, man, if you hit that shot, I don't know what would have happened. I was like, I know. I was like, I know. But it is what it is. That's how, sometimes it's not meant to be. But players have those moments, Players have those. Did you have one of those moments like that?
Oh, for sure. I probably had so many of those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things happen, and you can't. Don't blame yourself for that kind of stuff. It's just what it is. You live on with it. Exactly. And but for 2018, one of our goals for doubles was to make the 2018 World Juniors, right? Junior World Championships.
Yeah.
And that was a big goal for us. But we knew it was reachable. But that year there was a lot of competition. There was Ryan and Winston. There was Ethan Lowe and what's his name? Ethan Lowe and Bryce. Amazing players. A lot of good players. There's many other ones like what's that guy's name? Ryan.
Ryan Zhang.
Not Ryan Zhang. Ryan Nebu. Yeah. And I think it was Clayton or something like that. They played together. And but there was a lot of competition, and we were the younger ones, right? I think it was our first year.
Right. Yeah.
No, we were under 17 still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were under 17, so we jumped up to play for World Juniors.
Right.
And just to try to get into World Juniors, which was a big risk, actually, a big risk.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't think we made it.
Yeah, we didn't make it, yeah.
Yeah. And like when we play that the JIT that was determined that determined if you made it or not, like we lost in the semis. Like it was a weird thing that happened because we won against Ryan and Winston. Remember that game?
Right.
We won against Ryan and Winston, and we were so happy about that. We were outside like hitting the snow because it was snowing in Seattle, and we were so happy.
Man.
Yeah, we were so happy. We were like, oh my God. We were like, we got this. We're gonna make it to World Juniors, and then for some reason, Bryce and Ethan lost the game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm still like amazed by what happened. Like that's crazy,
Yeah, our group was like super competitive. It was like crazy. It was like like back and forth with everyone. Like we beat them, they beat like someone else, and then they beat us, and then it was like
it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. And and then we eventually make it to the finals. I mean, not finals. We eventually we lose to Bryce and Ethan, right? We lose
Right.
to
Yeah.
Bryce and
Yeah.
Ethan. And so in our minds, we didn't make World Juniors,
Right. Yeah.
right? And we were a little bummed about it. And then we were playing
Mhm.
3-4, and we were like, there's like, it doesn't even matter anymore, right? So we just mess
Mhm.
around. We lost that game.
Yeah.
It was whatever. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
a couple months go past,
Right.
and all of a sudden I get a phone call from you saying, hey man, we made World Juniors. I was like,
Yeah.
what? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what? And then you were like, yeah, man, go check your emails. I was like, so I went to go check I was actually eating hot pot with my mom and I think the family, right? And you
Yeah.
were like, go check your email. You made World Juniors. I was like, what are you talking about? So I went to look at the email, and I looked at the email. I was like, it doesn't look to me like we made World Juniors, you know? And
Right.
I was
Yeah.
still a little skeptical. I was like, what are you talking about? There's no way. Like, what are you talking about? You're crazy, Jared. I was like, are you dreaming or something? And I was like, go double check, right? I told you to double check.
Yeah.
And you went back and you double checked, and eventually we do find out that we actually made World Juniors, you know?
Right.
And it was a great moment for us because that was like kind of like the wrapping up everything. And
Right.
we basically accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And what was that like for you when you saw the email that we got into World Juniors?
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy. Like, we definitely got lucky because
Yeah.
Bryce and Ethan like didn't go, and then also like another team didn't go, I think, and then
Mhm.
like yeah, we were lucky enough to be like to go, and then I was like, man, there's no way, like that's crazy, because we didn't even make Pan Ams, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, like maybe like next year or something, but
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is amazing opportunity. We're
Hmm.
just super excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. I did not expect that at all. At
Mhm.
all.
Yeah.
Like it was like out of nowhere. And then
Yeah.
it happened, and then it was great. And then so eventually we went to go play the 2018 World Juniors together. And
Yeah.
when the draws came out,
Oh
and
yeah.
we were up against China, first round China, okay?
Oh my god.
And to be honest, like when we went into the tournament, we knew there's a very small chance we're gonna win first, you know, because everyone's so great, you know, and we obviously we haven't been like training very hard for it because we didn't know until like like towards the, like it was very close to the date. It was relatively close to the date, and then
Right.
so we went in knowing probably like we're not gonna win first, but we wanted to win, right? Like
Yeah.
if like we found out it was China, and we were like, we're gonna beat them. Like that,
Yeah.
like obviously we like you said like like we're gonna go for the experience and stuff,
Mhm.
and like but I was like, we're gonna beat them. Like that's what if we're gonna play this game, we're gonna beat them. Okay,
Right.
so we
Yeah.
went in with that mindset, and we were warming up, we were jamming it, and like we were ready to go. But obviously it doesn't go our way, you know. Obviously they're amazing players,
Yeah.
and they took us out. But how was that
Yeah.
experience for you?
Yeah. For sure, that was crazy. Like, um, to play against like the best team in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it's like really different from like the normal tournaments that we played. And then like yeah, like they were just like I don't know, they were just like better in pretty much every aspect of the game. So like we didn't really have a chance, but like
Yeah,
it was definitely again a humbling experience, and like
yeah,
yeah, it was also just really cool to be able to
mm-hmm.
play against people like that. And, yeah.
Yeah. It was an experience, you know, because not many people have that opportunity to go to that kind of stage, and it was beautiful. That the gym was beautiful. I've been to I don't know about you, but I've been to that gym before, and for Pan Am's, and they
Right.
didn't put it out like they did for Junior World Championships, you know. So it looked amazing.
Right.
The court was nice
Yeah.
and everything, and it was just a great opportunity to see everybody play, and
Yeah.
like from different countries, meet new people, and just
Right.
experience it. You know, it's very different, you know, from Pan
Yeah.
Am's. And eventually after the 2018 Junior World Championships, you know, you kind of left badminton a little bit because it kind of wrapped
Yeah.
our entire journey up, and
Right. Yeah.
and it was time to do your application for college next year, right? So you
Right.
wanted to
Yeah.
focus on that because it was a big deal for you, and I mean it's a big deal for everybody, but
Yeah.
but you wanted to. I remember I think your goal was to get into like Stanford, right?
Yep. That was
Yeah,
that was the goal.
I really thought you got it. I really thought you were gonna get in. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But tell me what your last 2 years were like, because so many people ask me like, "Where's Derek? When's Derek coming back? Tony,
Yeah.
where's Derek?" Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just go ask him. Like, why are you asking me? Like, I don't know where he's at. He's probably at some summer camp again or something. I don't know. But tell us where you
That is
went for
true.
your last 2 years.
That is true. Yeah. So yeah, just after 2018, the like World Junior is like kind of like the the end, like the
Yeah.
capstone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like after that, I was just focusing on school. Like that next summer, I was at like summer camp from like the start of summer to the end of summer. Like I did two like back to back. Like highly don't recommend that. It's super tiring. But like yeah, I was just focusing on like all academics. I
Yeah.
actually kept playing school badminton with my like school badminton team, so that was
Yeah.
fun. I remember I think I saw you in the state. Uh,
Oh yeah, we did, we did, we
yeah,
did.
NorCal is
But
yeah,
I play like trash. But yeah, that
yeah.
gym is so the Newark, the not Newark gym, but the what was that gym? The
Independence.
Yeah, that gym is the
Yeah,
worst gym because like it has
for
white
sure.
and
Yeah.
red and when it gets into the
Mhm.
white, when the bird gets in white, you can't see it. It's gone.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
gone. So
yeah.
I
The
don't like that
plastic
gym.
birdies. Yeah, plastic
Yeah,
birdies are tough too.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah. After that, yeah, I was just grinding college. Yeah, just not much fun stuff going on there, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But I know that was your goal for you, right? To get into
Mhm,
Stanford, but you got into UC Berkeley, which is really great, and you got into a good
mhm.
program. You got into I think it was for computer science and business.
Yeah, MET
Yeah,
program. Yeah.
yeah. It's like a very low acceptance rate, and that's great, man. I'm so happy for you. And
Thank you.
obviously, your entire career, you were an amazing all-around player, right? But
Mhm,
obviously, your front skills, your front court up game
mhm,
is like exceptional, right? Like
mhm.
in my opinion, you're the best front court player that's ever played junior badminton, right? Because your flow to the game, your feel for the game is just great. Like you knew where you know ahead of time where the shot's coming from. But so if you had an advice for younger players who are working on their front game, what would it be?
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, appreciate the compliments.
No,
Flattering me.
you earned it, man. You earned it.
Yeah, but like in terms of advice, I just say like kind of with everything, right? It's just practice.
Mhm.
Like just practice. Like like just like yeah. I don't know. You just gotta do it a lot, right? Because like
Yeah.
I remember with like with our private lessons or like yeah with like pretty much any time in training, like when I got the
Mhm.
chance, like your mom like the coach would just like toss birdies in the
Yeah.
front for like 30 minutes
Yeah.
straight and I just like just go ham in the front
Yeah.
and then yeah just like it's just practice you know like
Yeah.
and then yeah second oh yeah one really important thing is like it's kind of like a small thing but like it makes
Yeah.
such a huge difference
Mhm.
is just keep your racket up like
Yeah.
always like as soon as you
Yeah.
hit a shot it's like a spring you just got to go back
Mhm.
or else like
Yeah.
if your racket's down like you miss it for like just that split
Yeah.
second and then it's you missed the shot right
Mhm.
yeah, and then just like overall, I'd say also watching like the pros. Like
Mhm.
I remember at the time, Indonesia, I think it was Indonesia, had a crazy like dominant like doubles pair, like Kevin.
Sukamojo.
Yeah,
Kevin Sukamojo.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then he's like beast in the front. Like I
Yeah.
watched his videos all the time, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, like I want to be like that guy, you know. And
Yeah.
then just like watching how they like get ready for the shots, watching their strategies, where they hit it,
Mhm.
just like it just like it gives you kind of like a baseline
Yeah.
of like what you want to do. So yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. That those are really good advice, man. That's great. Especially with the racket up thing, because young
yeah,
players, when you tell them to put the racket up, like
yeah,
they think they got the racket up. And me too. When I was young, when the coach tell you to put your racket up, you think you got your racket up, but in reality, it's like down here.
mhm,
But they really meant racket up, like racket
yeah,
up, up.
yeah,
You got to get
mhm,
these shots. So that's actually really good advice for those front court players.
yeah.
And
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Like one more thing, like is
mhm.
like very important. It's like look for patterns in the game because
Yeah.
like with every opponent, right? Like they
Mhm.
have like these shots that it's a habit to hit, right? So like if they're not
Yeah.
thinking about it, it's gonna go there. So it's like just watch out for those and like try to analyze it. So like
Yeah.
say like if you serve it to their backhand and you know like 90% of the time they just push it straight, right?
Yeah.
You serve it and then you just go there instantly. Like your racket's already ready for that and then you're
Yeah.
ready to cut off that shot. So just
Yeah.
yeah, just looking for patterns is it's
Yeah,
like
there are some
real
shots
fun.
where you can kind of predict because the angle that the bird goes at, there's only like 80% chance that the shot's
Mhm.
gonna go the other way.
Yeah.
So it's just like I think it comes with experience as well. and
Yeah.
like, and watching film really helps. Watching film on your opponent helps because it shows where the shot that they like to hit is.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are really great advice for those young players. Everybody listen, right? And then that's great, man. And finally, last question for you today. Fun
Hmm.
question. In your opinion, because you've been playing for so long, who was the
Hmm.
toughest player you had to go up against in your career? Everyone has that one player in their head.
Yeah, man. I think you already know the answer to this question.
I,
uh,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna
yeah.
pretend I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of great players. But I think
Yeah,
the one that I hated playing the most was you. Like I
yeah,
always just I always hated playing you. Like it was just,
yeah.
man.
We had some good games against each other.
Mhm.
Luckily, you stopped playing the last 2 years because you would have gotten me a couple more times. I'm telling you, you would. You were when we were younger. I took you out more, but in the end,
Yeah.
you were coming from. And I'm so lucky you took a break for the last 2 years. But yeah,
Yeah.
but thank you. I take it as a compliment. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's the end of our podcast today. Thank you for coming in, Derek. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
everybody else, if you like the podcast, make sure to click the like button and the subscribe button down below. Show some support for the channel. And let me know in the comment section who you want to see next in the podcast. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, Derek.
All right. Thanks for having me.